Welcome to Meet the Candidate 2022, recording here at Dry Fly Distillery. And welcome to Tara Carter, who is running for Spokane County Commissioner, District 5. I'm looking forward to getting to meet you, Tara.
Thank you. I was glad to be able to be here. It's a lovely rainy day.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of those lately.
Which has been really nice. I don't have to turn my sprinklers on.
That's true. That's true. Starting this conversation, just tell me about where you grew up.
Kind of all over. My father was career military.
Okay.
So the first time I came to the States, I was 4 years old. And then it was Washington State up until about third grade, just north of here, Newport.
Oh.
And then California for a few years, Yakima, Richland. My father retired in '89, and we moved back over to this area. I graduated from Newport High School in '92, so that's like forever and a day ago, I think the math is. And then, some college. I married military, so we traveled the East Coast a little bit. We went overseas. We came back here and settled for a while. Right after our twins were born, we took a job in Portland with the post office for him. We were there, and when we had an opportunity, we chose to come back to this area to be closer to family and to be in a great location that we wanted to raise our children.
Okay, that sounds cool. And all that traveling around, did you have an opportunity to work at any of those kind of early childhood jobs or early teenage jobs?
I did, babysitting. My parents were of the mindset, because they had to work at young ages, that as long as we got good grades, they didn't want us to feel like we had to work. So as long as our grades were kept up, they took care of everything else for us through high school. In college, work, study. I worked for Campfire for a summer.
At one of the camps?
I actually ran their location-based camps, their day camps.
Oh, okay.
And I'd go and I'd camp for the week in those locations between here and Idaho. It was a lot of fun. It was a really good time to be able to give to the community that way as a young adult. Mm-hmm. And then, as an adult, after I married, I've done little bits to stay active, but it's really hard to start a career when you're moving. Mm-hmm. So I'd work office jobs. I became an office manager in Virginia for a while. Overseas, with the SOFA agreements, you're not really allowed to work a whole lot. Right. So I worked daycares and convenience store, things like that.
Yeah, military spouses have that. My daughter has been a military spouse, so I'm familiar with the challenges.
It is a challenge. When we came back, I worked at Standard Drug before they closed. I worked there for 5 years, just off of Division there, as a pharmacy tech. Loved the work. The store was closed and sold by the current owner when I was 7 months pregnant with our twins. So we decided at that time, since I had already finished my bachelor's, that I would go back to school for my master's and stay at home with the children.
Okay. And what did you study in your master's?
I did business administration with healthcare management.
Okay. Is that a degree you've been using, or that?
No. In 2008, when I finished my degree, the recession hit.
That's true.
And I ran up against a lot of, you've got the degree, no practical experience. We're bringing back people who were retired that now need work. So that kind of whole situation.
It was a tough job market,
It was a very tough job market. So I stayed at home with the kids a little longer than expected, which was fine. They were still young. And I worked, I taught Sunday school. I did girls programs for the church. I did demonstrations for Costco. And I did things around my children's schedule, so one of us would always be home with them.
Right.
And then when we came up here, we decided the children were in school or preschool full-time, because we had just adopted our daughter. And so I decided at that time to go back to work full-time. So that's when I got in with district court.
Okay, so where are you working now? What's current life like?
Current life is I am a full-time district court for Spokane County. I work with the therapeutic courts, the mental health and DUI therapeutic courts. I'm clerking for them full time. Our teams are fantastic, wonderful people there, and the participants have been really super because we get to watch them grow and change instead of just a change of constant people in and out of just a regular courtroom. We have set teams and groups. That's been fantastic. I've been doing that for over 7 years now, with the therapeutic court specifically for just over a year.
Okay, so what inspired you to move from that very busy and full life to run for public office?
As a district court employee or a Spokane County employee, I have noticed changes. I have noticed a lack of communication and a lack of empathy for what employees are going through. We see so many things throughout the county just in our own positions as employees. And yet our voices aren't being heard. And I know other people in the county who don't work for the county are feeling the same way. So between what I'm personally seeing and what I'm hearing from people that I know, I decided that Spokane really is in a flux and really needing new eyes and a new change that maybe will help the progression that Spokane really needs to keep growing and not backsliding into more ways that feel like recessions and more heartache and heartbreak for people who can't afford to live where they're at. And this is a wonderful place to live. And if we can't afford to live here, people unfortunately are going to leave, in which case we lose talent, we lose experience, and we lose our community.
Okay, well, that's a good place to go to the wrap up, and your woman at wrap up to tell people why they should vote for Tara Carter for Spokane County Commissioner District 5 to address those issues.
I want to help our community. As a county commissioner, not only are you covering the county with all these issues pertaining to work and life and sustainability, but you have to be willing to be open to change, to discussions, and to a little bit of conflict if needed. And in my experience throughout the world, I've been able to gain an understanding of what our community can continue to look like and how we can grow together to be able to help each other as a community we are.
All right, so thank you for joining me, and that's Tara Carter, who candidate for Spokane County Commissioner, District 5.
From Chud Sr. to Dick Wendell, to Kristen and myself.
And now to our kids.
Our goal is to help people drive for generations.
From roll-up windows to power everything. From stick to automatic. From gas to electric.
No one can totally predict what technology is coming our way.
But I can guarantee we will be here before and after the sale, giving you the confidence for generations to come.
That's the Wendell way. Drive for generations.
Hey voters, join me, Kirk Cameron, on Saturday, September 24th with We Believe, We Vote at the Spokane Convention Center for a night of celebrating biblical citizenship.
Join We Believe We Vote for our annual fundraiser on Saturday, September 24th, 2022 with Kirk Cameron. For tickets and event information, please visit WeBelieveWeVote.com. That's WeBelieveWeVote.com. We'll see you there.
Weather in the inland Northwest can wear you down. And if your gutters are in poor condition or you do not have gutters, you could suffer damage that could cost a fortune to fix. Rainman Seamless Rain Gutters has almost 30 years of professional experience in serving the inland Northwest region and strives to ensure customer service that is second to none from the time you call to the end of the project.